Well, good evening, everybody, from Central Dauphin High School. We travel down here tonight to see our Trojan gals play those highly favored Trinity gals from Trinity High School. Trinity, one of the very tops in the state, with a perfect, I think, 25-0 record coming into tonight's ball game, but they haven't played the Trojans yet. So we'll see how we make out here tonight here in just a moment. We'll be set with the opening tip-off. All players are going to be introduced here in just a moment as we are just about at tip-off time. There is a good, enthusiastic bunch here following our girls. The cheering section over here for the students right here. Very evident by their applause and their cheers, and they are going to try to rally these gals into a big upset here tonight against Trinity. Introduced out there, of course, is Lauren Rudisil, along with Gwen Shade. Third gal will be that Amber Daniels. Fourth gal will be Sister Amy Daniels. And then finally, Heidi Mosser coming out here to be introduced for UDA. So, unfortunately, I do not have the names of the ball players from Trinity, and we can't possibly hear them through the din of the crowd here. So we'll just do numbers, I guess, and perhaps later on we can find some names. But at any rate, the top seed, I believe this would be in AA District 3. They are being introduced here in just a moment. Here's booties or something like that. I really can't hear them. Well, can't pick them up. But anyway, some tall gals out here. I'm sure these guys will be a force to reckon with, that's for sure. I haven't seen Trinity before this year, but we have seen them before. And they are always a good basketball team. So we're about ready for the tip-off here. Win or lose, the Trojans will continue on and play the winner of tonight's, or the loser rather, of tonight's basketball game, which preceded this game. And I'm not sure who they were. I remember they had red outfits, but I don't know who they were. At any rate, we'll get on with this ball game here tonight. Now as we're set for the opening tip. Trojans send out Amy Daniels, our tallest player, and Amy is over-towered out there by at least 4 out of the 5 gals on the court, I believe. Towered over. Anyway, here's the opening tip, controlled, and goes Trinity for 2. It's good. So off the opening tip, number 10, 11 steals the ball on the inbound pass and then goes out of bounds over there. Trojans will have to be extremely careful with this outfit, as these guys can really play some basketball. There's the ball tapped over here on 22. She'll knock it out of bounds into the stands. UD having a little bit of trouble getting that ball up court here in the early going. Lauren Rudisil has it, stolen away, brought back out here. Let's see. We could get some good pushing and reach-in fouls tonight, perhaps, but we'll see. Here's Amy Daniels. Amy taking it on the wing. Back here for Shade, Gwen, who has played great basketball lately. We're here for Mosser. Have the ball tapped out of her hands, picked up, and let's see, tied up in there. It'll stay UD ball. Amber Daniels getting ready to inbound the ball for the Trojans. She hands it right here for Rudisil. Rudisil back out here, stolen away by that number 11. She's on the loose. Looking for 2, no good. Rebound shot by 32 is good. No, walked first. She walked first. No bucket. It'll be UD inbounding the ball. Amy Daniels looping it over here for Rudisil. Watch that number 11 gal. Rudisil dangerously close to the timeline out there. Looping it here now. Boy, Amber Daniels close to the timeline. But she got by. Over in the wing they go. Bumped into 22. Then they're going to say she got bumped out of bounds. And so it will be Trinity inbounding the ball. Trinity with all the kids to choose from. Pushes it over the wing. Shot over there for 2. No good. Rebounded here by 44. Going to swing it around the perimeter now. She'll take it inside. Put a shot up. She's fouled. Hold foul called on Amy Daniels, I believe. Let's see. Yep, Amy picks up the first personal foul. Foul was on Amber Daniels, not Amy. Shot by 42, no good. And the ball gets stolen away inside there. Mosser picked the hands of that young Trinity gal. They're going to loop this one ahead, but it's stolen away as that number 11 all over the kids on the inbound. Here's the shot missed again. Trinity is waiting for him, and then they're going to call something down here. I'm not sure what. I guess she stepped out of bounds. Maybe one of the Trojans stepped out with the ball. It'll be Dribelbis checking into the ball game. Kelly Dribelbis into the ball game. She replaces Amber Daniels for UDA. 42 will inbound the ball. Wish I had these names. This is for three. It's good off the back of the glass. 5-0 Trinity. UD has not had a shot yet here in the ball game. We've played almost 2 minutes. Here comes Rudisill pushing it inside here for Mosser. Shot by Shade for three is good. Gwen Shade for three. It's 5-3. Trinity by 2. Nearly stolen away. Over the wing they go with it. Near side. Push it out here now and see if 22 can do something with it. Nothing. 42 for 2. It's good. 42 with a 12-footer from over there in the left wing. Dribelbis bringing it back here for UD. Shade for 3. Nope, just off the mark. They'll push it ahead quickly here for 11. Spinning it here, now back to 11. For 3. Good. 10-3. Trinity by 7. Ball on the inbound pass going to be tapped out of there. 22 got a hand on it. Coming off the bench is that Karen Dribelbis. She'll be checking into the ball game to replace Rudisill. Here comes Karen with it. Karen will take it across the timeline, dropping it here for sister Kelly. Kelly pushes right underneath. Shot for 2. Oh, wouldn't go. That they had set up nicely there, and Heidi couldn't get that shot to go down. On the baseline, bumping foul will be called on Amy Daniels. 39 remaining here in the first quarter. This is for 3. That wouldn't go. Rebounded under there nicely by Mosser. And back come the Trojans. Quickly up ahead here for Gwen Shade. Gwen will take it inside. Goes to put a shot up. Blocked out of there. No foul called. Back the other way they come. Here's 11 behind the back dribble. Lost it. And UD picking it back up. Trojans missed an opportunity there, but it didn't cost them. Ball's going to be tapped out of bounds over here. 42 got a hand on that one. Kelly Dribelbis getting ready to inbound the ball for UD. Tap back. They were lucky there. Trinity tapped it right back to him. Comes Kelly. Ball stolen right away. Number 11 is the hot shot here for sure. She had that tapped out of there by Kelly Dribelbis. And over in the wing it goes, and it's going to be Trinity ball, but a great play by that Kelly Dribelbis. Kelly taking exception to them stealing it, and she went right back in there and stole it herself. Way to go, Kel. 11 will inbound the ball. .42 for 2. Wouldn't go. Ball controlled by UD. Come on, Trojans. Let's go here. Kelly Dribelbis for Amy Daniels. Amy goes to take it inside. We're going to have a jump call as they tie it up in there. It'll be Trinity ball. 11 on the left wing. They'll spin it, try to go inside, blocked away. Picked up in there by that 22 for 2, no good. On the rebound, 22 fires it up and in. 12-3. here for Tribal-Vis. Shot by Mosser for 2, wouldn't go. Rebounded in there to Trinity, and back they come. A lot of height on that Trinity ball club on that rebounding. Shot from the side for 3, no good, way off the mark. They'll push it back outside now. 11 taking it in the paint, puts a shot up, no good. 42 again with some height, and the rebound shot good. 42 has got the height. 14-3. Then timeout's going to be called by Coach Shadle. 14-3 Trinity. Timeout is over, and Karen Tribal-Vis getting ready to inbound the basketball for UD. In here for Mosser. A couple of Trojans get tangled up there, sort of. And back here now come the Trojans. They get it going up court. Here's that Kelly Tribal-Vis out in front. Near wing over here for Shade. Shade's got the only points of the ball game for UD, that 3 early on. Gwen bounces right underneath there for Mosser for 2. It's good. Nice bounce pass from Gwen Shade to Heidi Mosser. And Mosser got 2. 22 tries to bounce it in front. The ball is loose. Picked up in here by Heidi Mosser. Back she comes. Loops it inside here for Karen Tribal-Vis. Right over here for Gwen Shade for 2. It's short, but a foul called. Gwen will go to the line shooting 2. Gwen shoots up her first shot. It is good. Number 42 for Trinity picked up her first personal foul. And Gwen will shoot a second one up here now. And here it is, and it is good. Gwen Shade 2 for 2. Cuts the margin in half now. It's 14-7 with 1:56 remaining here in the first period. Underneath, it's tapped away in there again. Kelly Tribal-Vis coming up there making a big defensive play for UD. Breaking up that pass underneath. Trinity will inbound. 1:47 left in the first quarter. Nice pass, stolen away again, but then out of bounds with it goes Karen Tribal-Vis. Karen with a great steal. And out of bounds goes Karen Tribal-Vis with it. But I'll tell you what, the kids are just playing tough in there against these guys right now. Inside it is, turnaround shot, good. Number 22 for 2, 16-7. 22 taps it out of there. Man-to-man is what they're playing here for Trinity. There's the ball saved back inside, though, but right to Trinity. They'll spin it over in the corner. Looking for 3. That's long. And on the rebound, it's going to be 44 picking up the foul for Trinity. Probably her first. You can't really see the scoreboard very well from here. It's 16-7, but the fouls down there, you can't really tell. 44 did indeed pick up her first personal foul. Here comes Daniels, taking it up court. Daniels pushing it inside, but it's picked up in there, and back with it comes Trinity. Trinity puts a shot up, but a foul's going to be called on Heidi Mosser. As Heidi bumped into number 32, and I don't know if she's shooting or not. Shooting foul on Mosser, her first. Shot from out front, good. Number 42 took that inbound pass with her height, just looped it over everybody and put it in. It's 18-7. Gwen Shade for 3. It's good. Gwen Shade has her second 3. Way to go, Gwen. It's 18-10. Into the corner for 2. Good. 44 for 2. 20-10. 32 seconds left here in the first quarter. Now down to 28. Shade here for Kelly Tribal-Vis. 20 seconds left. Stolen away by 11. Lost the handle. Picked up by 44. 22 will wing it over there for 42. Shot from outside. No good. Rebounded in there to UD, but then stolen back again. 44 for 2. Good. With 2 seconds remaining, that'll do it for the first quarter. So Trinity, coming up big here in the first quarter, has outscored the Trojans by 12. It's 22-10 at the end of 1. Second quarter ready to get underway now as Karen Tribal-Vis will inbound the ball for UDA. Trojans need 12 to get back into this one. Here's Rudisil into the wing. Karen Drabelvis out here for that Gwen Shade. Lauren Rudisil. They'd like something to develop underneath. And a foul finally called on number 11. Foul finally called. She is in hot pursuit all night. And they finally pick her up for a personal foul. Drabelvis inbounding the ball right here for Daniels. Amy will take it inside, but it rolled loose, and underneath it's going to be tied up. 42, and Karen Drabelvis tied it up, but it's going to be Trinity ball. Huh? 3. Each team has 3 team fouls here in the first half. 42 for 2, it's good. Looped it right inside, and the big gal puts up a 6-footer, and she is big. I don't know, I don't have a program to tell you how big she is, but she's big. Here's Rudisil over the wing for Amy Daniels for 2. Wouldn't go. Rebound comes down inside here, picked up by 22. Looping it ahead for E11. She'll stop and pop one up. No good. Rebound tapped around in there by 42, out of bounds. It goes off her. And so it will be UD ball. 24-10 is the score. Looping it here for Lauren Rudisil. Lauren taking it down. Taking it all the way inside. Pushes it here on the baseline. Shade will try the baseline. She's blocked out of there. How about a blocking foul on 42? I think we will get a blocking foul on 42. She'll run along the baseline and bumping her out of there. Good call. 42 picks up her second personal foul, team's 4th. Here's 11, tapping it ahead. This kid is athletic as a bugger. Stops, shoots, good. Is really an athletic son of a gun. Look at her out here, bumping around with Rudisil. Jeebers, crunch. Here's Lauren Rudisil. Near wing over here for Drabelvis. Karen taking it right inside, looking for 2. Foul call. Foul will be on 42, her 3rd. 3rd personal foul picked up by number 42. And she's going to probably get ready to check out of the ball game, I would think. Yeah. 45 coming in there to replace her. So she picks up personal foul number 3, team foul number 5, and timeout called. With 6:26 left here in the first half, it's 26-10. Timeout is over. And Karen Drabelvis at the line, shooting her first of 2. Her first one, no good. And right back to her. Karen will get a chance to put this second one in here now and see if we can get our 11th point of the ball game. And, yep, we did. Trinity inbounds it. 22 had to go off her hands, out of bounds, BUD ball. Bad pass over here. And Trojans, see if we can take advantage of that now. Trojans came off a game the other night, you'll recall, I'm sure, like that game forever, when they topped Boiling Springs trailing by 14 at halftime. Came back and beat those, Biglerville, I beg your pardon. There's a pass, so it's going to go out of bounds, and Trojans blow that opportunity. But anyway, so you never know. But Trinity, of course, a different team than Biglerville. Spin it here for that 11. Gonna try to set something up. We'll come back and see what they do with it. On the left wing, shot good. 42, or 32 rather, for 2. Here comes Drabelvis, taking it right underneath. Pushes it here for Mosser. Back here for Drabelvis. Shot from outside by Amy Daniels, wouldn't go. Rebound comes off the rim and out of bounds it goes. 5:37 left here. It's 28-11. 44 will have it go off her hands and out of bounds. Karen Drabelvis inbounding it here for Rudisil. For Amy Daniels. Down here for that Gwen Shade. Back for Amy. and Amy will push it down here, but it's going to be tipped out of there. Too long a pass that time by Amy, giving number 22 out here a chance to come up and knock that one out for Trinity. So it'll be UD inbounding again. Shade will inbound. Tap loose by 22. Inside she goes with it. Tapped out of there by Kelly Drabovis, who came in behind her and like a streak. The Kell knocked her out of there. 22 will inbound. 5:13 remaining here in the first half. For three. No good. 44 with a rebound. Tied up nicely. It's going to be UD ball. Good job inside on the rebound. Valerie Schaefer in the ball game now for the Trojans. Here comes Drabovis taking it inside here for Valerie, but off her hands. Perhaps too hard a pass that time, and Val had it go off her hands underneath there. As Kelly really fired that ball in there and couldn't control it. Here's 44 stopping and popping, no good. On the rebound, the height advantage to number 45. She got two. Shade has it partially blocked. Inside they'll go with this one. And before the shot, a foul is called. Before the shot. Amy Daniels back into the ballgame to replace Heidi Mosser for Coach Shadle. Foul was on Karen Drabovis, I believe. Pass comes loose inside, picked up in there by Gwen Shade. Dropping it back here for Rudisell. Over there for Shade on the wing. Inside Amy Daniels. Amy spinning around in here, but a walk first. Yep, Amy got her tangled up in there and went for the walk. For 27 left here in the first half. .11 from 12 feet out, no good. Return shot, good. Number 45 for two. Trinity isn't just making it look easy tonight against the Trojans. They have had darn few challenges all season, I do believe. So they are one very, very good basketball team. Woe be it to the team that has to play these guys on Friday night. Shot up by 22, good, off the glass. Guys have the height, if nothing else, and the skill, but the height, man. There's a shot put up underneath there, no good. To the floor goes Amy Daniels very hard. She's getting up slowly. In the meantime, on the other end of the court, 22 has a bucket, and Amy is shaken up down here as she went to the deck pretty hard that time trying to make that play. And she might have hurt her left leg, I'm not sure. Coach Shadle will come out and check her over. Amy will have to leave the ball game. And in to replace her comes Karen Drabovis, or rather Amber Daniels. Karen is in there along with Kelly, Daniels, Mosser, and Shade. Ball comes tipped loose over in the corner. They'll chase it down. Kelly Drabovis bringing it up the court. She'll sling it ahead here now, and a foul called. Foul back here will be called on number 11, I believe. It'll be her second. I think it's on 11. We'll see. Yeah. The foul was on number 11. Here comes that Kelly Drabovis stepping inside here for a Shade. Quinn dumps it right underneath here for two. A nice play. Underneath for two to Mosser. 22 will push it ahead down here. 45 will double dribble it. And UD will get it back. Here in the first half, 38 or 36-13. I'm not sure. The clock is a little goofy down here. 36, that's what it is. 36-13. Kelly Drabovis inside here. They will push it back here for Kelly. Kelly picking it up, looking for two. It's good. Kelly Drabovis zigs up a little one. 35 or 36-15. Comes that 11 gal, pushing it on the left wing. On the baseline they go with it, but a foul will be called first. 11 pushed it over and thought she was going to shoot it that time and didn't. Right underneath it goes. Turnaround shot. Good for 2. Number 25 of Trinity for 2. 38-15. 2:12 left here in the first half. Karen Driver was taking it in. Trying to push it over here, but it's stolen away by that tricky number 11. Here's 22 bouncing right underneath here. Shot by 25. Good for 2. Off the feed from 45. The kids really know where their players are. And sometimes it looks easy. Pass inside for Mosser. Her shot wouldn't go. Rebound comes down here to 22 and a hold foul called on Karen Drabovas. 25-point margin now for Trinity with 1:36 left here in the first half. 11 will check out of the ball game. Julie Biller into the ball game now to replace Amy Daniels for UDA. Julie in there for the first time. Karen Drabovas had picked up her first personal foul on that last one. 45 had it. Game loose. Oh, Mosser in 45 do a spin around jobber down here. It'll be Trinity ball on the tie-up. 1:18 left here in the first half. For 3, no good. Rebounded here to April Weaver, who was in the ball game for UD. Here's April on the wing. Shade trying to take it in, tried to push it over there, but out of bounds. Ooh, I thought Trinity got a hand on that. I guess not. On the baseline now, they loop it back out. For 2. Good. Number 24 for 2. No foul will be called on 22, or 25 rather. 25 picks up her first personal. Kelly at the line shooting 2, or 1-1 rather. Missed the first one. 23 seconds left here in the first half. They'll bring it back now with 7 seconds left. Over on the baseline, shot for 2 to Heidi Mosser. It's good. Heidi has 2 more. That's going to do it. The first half comes to an end. The score at the end of the half, 42-17. Trinity. Okay, the teams are back, and we're ready to go with the second half here. Now the Trojans with a big uphill battle tonight against these Trinity Shamrocks. And we'll see how they make out now. Here's Shade, who has played a great first half, blocked away on her first try, takes her second try up, blocked away again, 42 in there, making 2 blocks on Gwen that time, so UD will inbound the ball. It'll be Kelly Drabovas out there along with Shade, Mosser, Rudisil, and Amy Daniels to start the ball game here in the second half for UD. Rudisil, tries to get it across there, 32 will tap it back. Here comes Shade, or Shade here from over this side. 3, no good. Rebounded over there to Trinity. 22 will bring it up court for that feisty number 11. They spin it around. They use the 4 corners very well. Ball tipped off inside. Back with it comes Rudisil. Ahead for Amy Daniels. Amy has it knocked out of her hands and out of bounds. It goes off number 22 of Trinity. Trinity uses that full court down there when they get the ball. He's really spread it out. Rudisill has that one blocked away, picked up in there by the Trinity gals. He'll loop it over in this wing here for 10. Well, watch how they spread it out. 42, turnaround 11-footer, no good. And on the rebound, let's see. Gonna be tied up, and it will stay UD ball. Or rather, Trinity ball. They're gonna say it's Trinity, belongs to Trinity. Okay, UD thought it was our ball, but it wasn't. 32, 22 for 3, no good. Rebounded inside. Let's see who's going to control. It's going to be Kelly Drivelvis coming, or rather Gwen Shade coming away with it. Back here for Rudisill. Kelly Drivelvis into the corner there. Amy Daniels. Amy tries to go on the baseline with it. Scals are probably 3 and 4 inches larger than, taller than the Trojan gals on average. At least the 3 of them are. Now they exchange one. 44 goes out, but that big 45 coming back in, so they didn't lose any height there, hardly at all. Rudisill. Wow, near walk. And then Gwen Shade's going to be run over by number 22 over there, no call. It's inbounded here for Drivelvis. Here's Shade. Kelly, near wing here. Here comes Amy Daniels trying to put a shot up, but it's blocked away with that big 42. 42's got to be 6'3" or 4 probably. Daniels for 2, no good. 42 with another big rebound. Has it tapped away again. Out of bounds, it's got to go off the Trojans, they say. Amber Daniels in there knocking that ball around for UD. Move it here for 42 over in the wing. 45 set up nicely, but her shot's no good. And on the rebound, it's going to come right down here for Amy Daniels. Amy will start it up court. Loops it over there for Gwen Shade. Shade taking it on the baseline. Right here for Amy Daniels, but they're going to say she walked first. Put it inside for Heidi Mosser, I mean. But Gwen happened to take an extra step or so that time on the baseline and was called for the walk. 22 from 8 feet out, no good. Rebound comes down here, controlled by 42. 22 would like 3, that's off, way off the mark. Out of bounds, nope, they chased it down, number 11 did, then she said they stepped on the foul line. So, UD will get the ball back. Played just about 3 minutes in the third quarter, there's no one scored. 11 with a steal over here for that 32. She'll push it back 45 for 2. No good. 45 gets another try. It's good. And she'll go to the line shooting 1 to get 3. I was on Heidi Mosser, her third. And the young lady will shoot 1 to get 3. No good. Away with it comes that Gwen Shade. Oh, wait a minute. They're going to call a charge on Shade. Gwen went into her tough, but I think the gal was moving. (32, 42, 22). No good on the pass, picked off in there by Amy Daniels. 2 points have been scored here in the third period, both of them by Trinity. Shot no good. Rebound quickly out of it here for 11. Her shot, good. Rudisill, I thought she was going to pop that up for 3. Ball's going to go out of bounds over here. Weaver into the ball game to replace Amber Daniels for Coach Shadle. Here's Rudisill pushing it outside. Amy for 3. Nope, a little short. Rebound over there to 22. It's nearly stolen away. She still has it. Picking it up here for 11. Looping it over in the wing. Shot, no good. 45 for 2. Good. 45, a foot and a half taller than Lauren Rudisil in there, and just picked it up and put it out over the top. There's another steal by that 45 for 11. Back to 45 for 2. No good. Boy, they sure have him set up, though. You'd wonder how these schools can manage to get all these giants, wouldn't you? No, I guess you wouldn't if you really know. Shot by Rudisil for 3, no good. 42 with a rebound. Quickly for 11. Across the court they go with it. Nice bounce pass for 11. She's pushed out of there. Foul will be on Karen Drabobis. And 11 will go to the line shooting 2. 48-17 with 3:31 remaining here in the third period. Trojans got stuck on 17 and haven't scored this period yet. Shot by 11, no good. Amber Daniels back in there for UDA. Second shot by 11's good. Amber would like 2. Nope, just off the mark. Rebounded in there to Trinity. 20 coming up with it. A couple of 3 new gals in there now for the Shamrocks. Foul called underneath. Shamrock will be shooting, I believe. Valerie Schaefer in there to replace Heidi Mosser for UDA. Young lady shooting 2, missed her first one. And here's Miss Trinity's second try. It is good. 50-17 is the score. Rudisil goes across there and fires it into the bench. 50-17 with 3:02 remaining here in the third period. Foul called on Beeler, her first. Non-shooting, 20 will inbound the ball. For 3, it's good. Number 33 hits 3. 53-17. Pass inside, blocked. Across the court they go. Shot by April Weaver, no good. Rebounded there by Daniels, and her shot blocked away. Over in the wing, it's going to roll out of there. It'll be Trinity ball. 2:14 left here in the third. Oh, she's out of bounds. Left leg went out of bounds there. It'll be UD. 2:03 left here in the third. There's Rudisil over there for Weaver. Lauren might as well shoot up a 3. Here's a long 2. No good. 45 turnaround for 2. No good. Rebound tipped around in there. Bueller coming up with it for UD. Back here for Rudisil. For Weaver. Lauren will push it here for Amber Daniels. Amber near steal over there with that 33. Here's Rudisil. I don't know why Lauren's not shooting from outside there. She might as well. It's very difficult to work the ball in, even against this crew that's in there now for Trinity, so she might as well throw up a couple 3s if they can. 10 3s, we'd be right back in here. Here comes Amber for 2. No good, high off the glass. 45 with a rebound. 4:33. Underneath it goes. 25 wants 2, couldn't get it. 50 seconds remaining here in the third. Back comes Rudisil. For 3. Nope, just short. Rebound comes over here. Amber Daniels will pick it up. Has it spun inside. Here's Bueller. Bueller's got to get called for 3. No, she didn't. Shot from the side, good for two by April Weaver. Good shot. First 2 points, I think, of the quarter. Here comes Rudisell back with it. Has it tapped out of there. 25 got a hand, or 45 got a hand on it. Tapped it out of there. UD inbound the ball with 12 seconds left here in the third. Rudisell back for three. Nope. 33 with a rebound. Coming up court here. They'll break it away here with 25. Nobody around her. High off the glass, no good. And that's going to do it. Third quarter has come to an end. So it is 53-19 at the end of three. Final quarter underway here now at wherever we are, Central Dauphin. 24 for three. No good. Ball comes down out there, and Karen Dribelbis paddling for it. But they're going to say it's tied up. It'll be UD ball. 7:42 left in the game. Off the foot of 20. The UDL inbound. Karen Dribelbis getting ready to inbound the ball for Sister Kelly. This is Kelly D. Karen pushes it here now for Amy Daniels for three. Nope, just off the mark. Ball comes down here to Trinity. .45 is fouled, and she'll go to the line shooting two. She'll shoot two. First shot, no good. Second shot wouldn't go either. Karen Dribelbis coming up with it. Blocking foul called on 45. Non-shooting. 45 of Trinity will pick up her first foul. Kelly Dribelbis crossing it over here for Karen. Karen will take it inside. She passes it outside now again for Kelly. Kelly with an 8-footer, no good. Rebound to 45. For three, short. Ball stolen away. These guys have all the skills. Now she'll throw it away. Okay, it'll be UD ball. Kind of difficult to watch a game like this because it's sort of, well, anyway, turnaround shot by Miller, who was in there, no good. Amelia Miller in the ball game. I missed Amelia coming in there, but she's in there. And the ball, let's see, is out of bounds. I'm not sure what happened to that one. It's going to be UD inbounding. No, it's going to be Trinity inbounding the ball. Oh, it looked like a rook job there. They'll push it over here now. It's not going to make any difference, but it's just the idea. 45 turns around in the paint for two. It's 25 rather for two. It's good. Kelly Dribelbis coming down with it for UD. Stolen right away, and then Kelly will go in there and tie her up and pick up a foul. First shot by this young lady is no good. Rebounded in there to Amelia Miller. She'll pick up the dribble back here for that Dribelbis. And Karen taking it up the court. Karen will pick up the dribble. Tapped away, but gotten back in there by Weaver for two. No good. On the rebound, let's see. It's going to be 25 picking that off. Here's 33 on the right wing for 20. Sweeney walked with it. Whoa. Just about lost the handle on that one. This is a long two. No good. Rebounded in there again by that 25. See, she is tall. She is a big girl. I have no idea what, but she's big. .24 from outside for two. Just two that time. 57-19. UD has scored 2 points here in the second half. We're in the 4:22 remaining in the ball game. Here's Amelia going for two, wouldn't go. Rebound comes back here, chased down by Karen Dravovis over there for Kelly. Kelly looking for two, wouldn't go. Rebound tapped around again, and we're going to have a foul call, this time on number 25 from Trinity. She'll pick up the foul. She don't believe it, but it's true. Okay, now we're going to try against the third string in there now, and we have a walk called on UD. This is Trinity's third string team playing now, so we'll see how well they do. 12, stopping, pushing it back out. On the baseline, a foul. Foul is on Karen Dravovis, I believe. 12 ago, the Lions shooting a 1-and-1. Actually, this young lady is shooting two. They said she was in the act of shooting. So she is shooting two. She missed her first one. And here's her second try. It is no good. Rebounded here to Amber Daniels, or April Daniels. April Weaver make that. April with it. There's Amelia back here for Karen. They'll try to loop it inside. Ball came loose, picked up in air by the Trinitians. Shamrocks coming back here. The two, no good. Turnaround shot that time, wouldn't go. On the rebound, controlled by UD, more or less. There's a shot put up from the wing over there, no good. On the rebound, going to come back to Trinity. Breaking back 2-on-1, and her girl fell down. Girl fell down over there on the break. Here comes Kelly Dravovis into the wing. On the baseline, it comes here for Amber Daniels for two, wouldn't go. And they'll loop it ahead here now for that 30. She'll have it kicked out of bounds. 2:41 left. 57-19 is the score. And UD will send in another squad here now. Klinger comes into the ball game along with Weaver, Rudisill, Beeler, and Valerie, who was in before. Oops, the ball goes out of bounds off 10. Or no, 10 will have it. Went off one of the UD Trojans, probably underneath there. I didn't see whom. Nope, no good on that one. 12 has it, pushes the shot off the glass, up and in, good. Number 12 for two. 59-19. Oh, should have shot it. She did. For three. Adrian Klinger, see, they can't hesitate. Way to go, Adrian. Knocked that one down over there. You got to shoot them. And she got the chance, and she did. All right. It gives the Trojans 5 points this half. Shot from over there for two by that number 30 of Trinity. Minute 52 left here in the ball game. Rudisill inside. Here she goes for Beeler. Her shot, her pass, blocked away and picked up in there by Trinity. They'll loop it over now outside for two. No good. Rebound comes out here. Let's see. Controlled by Trinity. 30 with it. Minute 30 left here in the game. This pass is stolen away by Rudisill. Lauren coming down here. Has the ball tapped out of number 21. Coming up quickly. And knocking it out of there. Jen Weaver inbounding. Into the corner. Schaefer's shot blocked. And back comes Trinity. Looping it down here for that 12. Bounces it on the baseline over there. Shot put up, blocked away by Schaefer. Picked up in there by Weaver. Weaver coming up court with it for UD. Lost the handle. Picked up over here by Valerie Schaefer. For Rudisill. 54 seconds left. Rudisill spins it here for Schaefer. And Valerie has her pass knocked out of there by number 12. Valerie Schaefer will inbound the ball. 45 seconds left here in the game. Rudisill for two. Nope, no good. And on the rebound, we have a foul. Oh, underneath. A foul. Foul on the inbounds pass. 21 will pick up the foul. And that's going to send April Weaver to the line, shooting two. April Weaver at the line, shooting two. Their first try. No good. Second shot, no good either. Ball's coming back here, controlled by Rudisill. Shot from the wing, good for three. That's that Jen Weaver for three. The ball tapped loose in there. Adrian Klinger coming up and making a good play on it. But it will remain Trinity ball. 15 seconds left in this one. Off the hands of 23 and out of bounds it goes. With 12 seconds left. 61-25. Ball's gets tapped out of there with 1 second left in the ball game. So the Trojans in postseason play now will go 1-1. They won their first one against Biglerville. They'll drop this one against a super Trinity ball club by a final score of 61-25 as the game mercifully comes to an end. So the Trojans really outplayed all the way around tonight by this Trinity outfit, but coming in here, I mean, they were certainly wildly unfavored underdogs, you want to put it that way, whatever, against the Trinity team who has a total season record now of like 26-0. So could have expected a game like this, I guess, but the Trojans gave it a shot and came up very short tonight against this Trinity ball club. So we'll see you hopefully again in the next playoff game. I will not make Friday's playoff game. Well, good luck to the Trojans at any rate, and let's hope we see them back here next week one day. Till then, Dale Calnon saying good night from Central Dauphin High.